Hey beauties, it's Janice, and we're gonna work with some color today. I really feel like I need a revive. For some it's out of style, but for me it makes me. So we're gonna do a half rainbow cut crease look, and we're just gonna get into it. Going in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer to prep my eyes, and this is the shade Fair Rose. And we're gonna apply this above our crease, and that is all. We're going to leave our lid blank. As we're doing a cut crease, we're already going to add product later on, so just keep it over the crease. Brush that is flat and fluffy like this, and then we are just patting and spreading this above, making sure it's just one even layer. I'm going to be using the Carnival XL Pro palette. This is a very colorful palette. I don't have this one, but they do have the remastered one that you could obviously get. It's the same colors, just a little bit different. So we're gonna use both. I did this look like 2-3 years ago, I think. So we're just recreating a look we already did. One thing I do like doing is putting all the colors that I use in my captions. So if you ever see a look that I've done and you wanna know exactly what I'm using, look at my captions. Eyeshadow brushes of this look, I'm gonna be using the Morphe M506 and M507. These are discontinued. Using cream, I'm gonna use their brushes in PC27 and PC38. Starting off with green in the shade The Hype. Really close in the beginning, so I'm first tapping it. Make sure you're placing the colors above your crease, and then I'm slowly going back and forth in circular motions to blend it out and bring it up towards our brow. Going in with Make Waves. I've shown you how to blend two colors before when they're right next to each other, so it's really simple. All you're gonna do is go right on top, just on the edge, right on top. And then all you'll do is tap right here with both colors on and off until it has a seamless blend. Shade Wasted, placing it right on top of that blue. We just finished our midtones. Now we're going and diffusing with some lighter tones. Going in with the shade Ecstasy. Diffusing, you only want to go on the edges. You do not want to place this color on top because you're taking away that color. You only want to diffuse the edges of the color. Use these techniques with any eyeshadow look you're doing. It doesn't have to be a colorful look. Same rule applies if you're doing a brown eyeshadow look. In the palettes I'm using, the shades do have the same name. Going into Y though, lighter blue. Gonna lift this up towards my brow bone. Going to go into In Lust, which is like a purple pink. We're gonna blend in like a C shape, pulling it outwards. Now I'm gonna go in with Keen. So I'm doing it a little differently on the outer than the first version I did. Just wanting to add some yellow out here and diffusing that. Bringing it towards the blue. And then diffusing towards our temple. It's like a really cute ombre towards the end. Now that all our colors are placed, we're gonna go back in and bring back those shades and deepen things up. The Hype and Nuke. Deepen up the green a little bit more. And placing this right into our crease. So when we cut the crease, it's nice and crisp, going from darkest to lightest. Waves and Mood. Wasted and Reckless. Going in with Lights Out, and this is our last shade before we cut the crease. See what a difference that makes in creating dimension into your eyeshadow. So this is still good, but I really like how this flows together. Using micellar water and a Q-tip to cut our crease, and then with the P. Louise blank canvas, just from Shein, and they look like this. The flatter it is, the better, but I really like this shape for my cut crease brushes. Our crease, and we're just gonna follow that faint line we made. And look how easy, literally. One swipe, going again. First, I like to create the line, and then I will move the product down. The P. Louise base, you want to make sure that your product lays flat because this is self-drying. You could dry it yourself with a powder, but it is self-drying. PC22 Peaches and Cream brush. And now we're just blending out the edges because we want it to be very flat. If not, it's going to be really crumpled right here, and your eyeshadows are not going to lay the best. So you want to make sure everything is really flat, especially with the P. Louise base. And for the inner, we're going to do the same thing. It is self-drying, but I do like to set it with a white powder, especially before I put on color. And I'm going to use the Ofra. I do have long lashes, so it does get on my eyelashes, as you can see, but I just clean it up with micellar water and a mascara wand, if that does happen to you as well. White from one side, and we're going to put this in our inner corner. With Wasted mixed with Lights Out, which is the black. Let's tap it and bring it all the way up. And then with Inferno, which is a red, and all we're doing is tapping these colors on right next to each other. Going in with shade Lit, which is an orange. Shade Keen, now for yellow. Shade Ecstasy. Showboat. Make Waves. Lights Out, and then I'm just deepening this right here in the outer part, going up towards our crease, and then blending into that blue. The e.l.f. liner. Taking Lights Out and blending this in. Some shimmer, so I'm going in with a small brush, mix glitter glue, Peaches and Cream Starlight pigment. Those in the cut crease line, and then we'll push it down just a tad bit. Pick up the pigment. See how faintly it falls down. And with the top of the eyes, and I'll come back to finish it off. So what I'm gonna do differently is I'm not gonna do the inner wing. I just feel like I'm not in the mood to do that right now. So we're gonna just leave that open, but I think instead of making this darker, I'm gonna do orange pop in the waterline and then just carry these colors underneath. To use OOT orange in the P. Louise paint, I'm gonna put this in our waterline. I'm gonna take shade Reckless with a mix of Wasted, really close in our lower lash line. And you're just gonna connect it up here. Lights Out, just to deepen it up closer to the lash line. In Lust mixed with Lit, just gonna diffuse this and connect it up. So just the edges, side to side. Now to my final shade, which is Yellow.